Happy day 27. It is real smoky. It's Mr. Beast. In the valley today, it's hot, but the smoke actually cuts the heat a bit, but it gives it a really apocalyptic feel. There's all kinds of fires in BC right now. This is my post-work bang look. So when you sweat and work all day, your bangs need tending at night, and sometimes that just means clipping them back. So today was another work day. Something really random happened yesterday where I had quit online dating, well, quit Tinder specifically, and then in a conversation with a friend had decided to try Bumble, and so joined Bumble and matched with only 2 people before I ran out of matches, and one guy I ended up, like, within less than 24 hours going on a walk in the park with, and he was really lovely and we really connected. And I was like, holy shit, is this happening? And, you know, let yourself like be like, oh man, I genuinely like this person and there's some interest here. And, you know, you let your little tendrils of hope work in. And then, so I'm 44. And at this stage of life, I really don't anticipate children being part of the equation. That said, I'm always like, you know, if God, universe, source decides, then let it be so. And it came up in conversation that he would, you know, he was interested in kids, but like always so more interested in just like a relationship. But in the course of the next 24 hours, through lots of conversation and really real talk, decided that he did want kids. And my age was a factor for that not being something he was interested in pursuing. And so I was like, oh, this is new. I have never experienced this before, where, you know, fertility or age was something that became a barrier to getting to know somebody. And I'm just sitting here kind of live processing how that feels. Obviously there's like a little sadness and disappointment to it because it's something that's out of your control, right? Like you are your age, and I can't change that. And how does this fit into any of this moderation with Mare, right? How does that fit into it? And a lot of it is that idea of like pleasure and companionship and community that I have stated I have an interest in. And so part of that is reaching out and connecting with people and accepting where I am. Part of this moderation is that to be wildly and truly authentic with who I am in this moment. And that kind of came up in conversation where it's like sometimes we think that things are hard, or like the truth is hard, and maybe we just call it hard so we can avoid it, was something that was brought up. And yes, it's hard, it's not comfortable, it's not a fun conversation. You know, I was sad and disappointed and now processing what it means to have an old uterus. I don't know. Kids were never really something that were high on my radar because I never have ever met someone that I wanted to have children with. It was, I think, one of those things where people either decide it's a box they want to tick or it's a door that they wait to be opened. And mine was definitely a door that waits to be opened based upon who's with me. And that is not something I've ever experienced in this lifetime as someone that I saw myself wanting to have children with. And so, and it was never a box to be ticked for me. It was always something that I was never interested in being a mom alone. I never wanted to like freeze my eggs or do in vitro or anything like that. I deeply respect anybody's journey who does, but that was not something that was ever registered for me. So to go back to my analogy, was just like a door that didn't open in the traditional sense. I think there's other ways to have families, but it was my impression that that was not something this person was interested in. And so coming deeper into who I am, right? Coming deeper into accepting this and allowing, while there is sadness and disappointment and a little bit like, what the fuck, you know, of course I end up helping him, being like, it's okay to be selfish and name what you want, you know, saying these things, and part of me is resentful that I step into that role and the other part of me understands it's all part of it, and the more beauty we can bring into the world with kindness and interactions and space, then the better off maybe we'll all be. And luckily, I also happen to be hiding in the basement where it's cool and watching Chef's Table. And Chef's Table, if you haven't watched it, is, wow, my all-time favorite show. And in this one, it's Legends, and so it's talking about chefs that have decided to use their lives to create meaning and impact. And I don't think it's an accident that I happen to be watching it while I'm processing these particular emotions. And so there's kindness in that, there's faith in that, there's trust in that, while this one may not have worked out, there's something there. So yeah, being tender with myself, being positive, sort of in this apocalyptic smoke. Gonna keep watching some shows that allow me to find hope and purpose in this crazy thing called life. And who knows what will happen next, but I'm here for it. Any mountain's high enough. Love to you all.